One of the strongest reasons I believe that the God is because I am talking. Minus him, I wouldn't be talking. There won't be any audience. Anyway, we start with three Omkars. Sahanavatu, Shuklam Bharadaram, Guru Brahma. We invoke the grace of God, and then we invoke the grace of all Guru Parampara, and then we'll start. Om. Om. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahavirankaravate Tejasvinavadhitamastu Man Vidvishati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shukla Varadaram Vishnum Shashivaranam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Jayet Sarvavignopashantaye. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I invoke the grace of the God and all the gurus, starting from Sadashiva, Lakshmi Kanta, through Shankara Ramanuja Madhva, and my own Guru, Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, and the entire lineage of gurus. I must thank Meditation Circle, Srimati Vani and Shivasudev, for repeatedly giving me opportunities to think. As I have repeatedly said, I am not going to make anybody wiser, but this is a process for my growth. The one person who is going to be benefited maximum by this talk is myself. This, I know most in this class, you are already evolved. You have been in spiritual study and practices. You will not have this question, but many times you will be confronted with this question. A lot of people ask you because you are all at studying our spiritual texts. You are practicing various religious and spiritual activities. People obviously will be asking you this question. So perhaps this will consolidate and you will be explaining this to them better. Many times this question is there. Is there God or is there no God? You will see a number of discussions on this subject. Is there God? Is there no God? God of religion, it can be Parameshwara or Sriman Narayana. In Vedanta, it is called Brahman. The question is there Brahman or not? Or is there God or not? This can be called as Brahma Astiva. Now, is there Brahman? Brahma Asti? Now, is there not? Once an youngster came to Puja Gurudev and he told Gurudev, Gurudev, I don't believe in God. That youngster said. Immediately Puja Gurudev stood up and said, congratulations, my dear young man. I also don't believe in God. If you are thinking of the God above the clouds, in the sky, or only in temples, or only in idols. It is not that God is not in temple, don't mistake me. It is not in idols. It is certainly there, but not only there. You would have seen in Narasimha Avatar, that Rakshas Hiranyakashipu. He asked Prahalada, is there God? He said, God is where? God is everywhere. Is there God in you? He asked this Prahalada. He says, yes, it is in me and also in you. Then he says, hey, is this God in this pillar? Yes, it is there. So then that drama, that scene, he breaks and the God is there. It is not that God only is there in that pillar. There is no place where there is no God. In and through. So, if we are saying about God in the temple, in the idol, I am repeatedly saying it is not that it is not there in temple, in an idol and all that, but it is in and through everywhere, that concept, which cannot be restricted by time, which cannot be restricted by space. So perhaps we will be going through that now. Before that, we will have certain qualifications that are necessary for all thinkers and contemplators to understand this subject very, very well. Number one, all of us should be a sadhana chatushtaya sampanna, and all of you are. You have the four: viveka, vairagya, samadhi shatka sampatti, and mumukshutvam. The four R's. Viveka, four D's: discrimination, dispassion, disciplines, and the desire. Four D's. All of us have viveka, vairagya, samadhi shatka sampatti, mumukshutvam. All of you know it very well, and all of you have. A person who would like to inquire must be qualified. The second one is, first, we must keep our minds open. Suppose all of you are open, but when you are discussing with people, ensure that you keep their minds open. I'm showing you a parachute. Parachute, there was one manufacturer of a parachute. It was very highly prized. And the customer was asking, I do not know whether this will work. I am paying so much. He said, sir, this parachute will work. You dive from around 300 feet down with this parachute. If it doesn't work, we will give you the entire refund of the entire parachute along with the cost. The parachute doesn't work. It doesn't work. Where is he to claim the claim? That means that parachute cannot function without getting open. Similarly, a deep contemplation like this cannot happen with our mind closed. So hopefully, and you are such a learned audience, you certainly have the minds open. And one more aspect that we must have, it's a part of Samadhi Sakya Sampatti. It is called Shraddha. Shraddha in Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasaha. It's called Shraddha. In the Vakyas of the Guru and in the Vakyas of Vedanta, we must have absolute, total faith. That is called Shraddha. Vishwasaha, Shraddha. What is the subject here? And here, all the Upanishads talk about that. But here, I have taken important, relevant points to this talk in Taittiriya Upanishad. It is generally, most of these are in the second chapter called Brahmanandavalli of Taittiriya Upanishad, especially Anuvakas 6, 7, and 8. So, that is a Upanishad. we must have faith. And we have got this information, education, input from various commentaries and audio video talks of various gurus. So let us have faith, because it is not my words, it is what is already told about this topic. Is there God or not? Brahma asti va nava. These aspects which are explained in Taittiriya Upanishad, especially Brahmanandavalli. And so let us have faith in both the Taittiriya, the topic that we are going to discuss. Let us have all absolute total faith in that. So we will take point by point. Some of the pointers are: number one, Brahma asti jiva rupena vartamanatvat. We will explain this now. This is a portion in Brahmanandavalli. It says, asanneva sabhavati asad brahmeti veda chet asti brahmeti chet veda santamenam tato viduhu iti. It's a portion. Yajurveda Upanishad. This is a mention, a portion. Number one, it says, there is you and Brahman. And Brahman, if you say, I am existent, then Brahman is existent. If you say Brahman is not existent, then you are not existent. Then the whole question comes, what? Who are you? Normally when we say, who am I? Normally I talk about, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Okay, they are my possessions, my body, my mind, my intellect, my sthula sharira, my sukshma sharira, my karana sharira. Okay, I am that. But that is my tool, my equipments, the hardware and the software. But I must say, who am I? I am not. They are my possessions. I use the body. I use my mind. I use my intellect. Who am I? I am the Atma. And there is no difference between the Atman in me and Atman in all other beings. In an ant, same Atman. In a huge elephant, same Atman. They are a Hindu Atma, Musalman Atma, Sikh Atma, Christian Atma. No. Indian Atma. No. There is only one Atman in all. And when I say, I am existing, that means what? Not the Upadis, the Atman. I am the Atman. And that Atman is same as Brahman. So, if your answer is, suppose somebody asks you the question, are you existing? Then obviously, if you say, yes, I am existing, then it is a proof that the Brahman is existing. Our question was, is there God or not? If I am here, then there is God. This is the first proof. Is called Sapta Hetavaha of Brahmanandavalli. 7 reasons. Number 1, if I am existing, because I am not the Upadis, I am the Atman, and that Atman is not different from others, then Brahman is. God is. So number 1. Number 2, second question, second reason why we have this. Now we say Brahma asti upadana karanatvat. Upadana karanatvat. Here we are seeing a person preparing a pot. And he uses the raw material, the mud. And here we see a potter. And he is using that wheel. All these combined together will produce a pot. All. Why here? Any industrial product, any product that you see, including the cooking that you do, you suppose you prepare bisibele bath. For that bisibele bath to come, you must have all those raw materials. And obviously, the person who is going to cook should be there. And you are going to use the gas stove and the other instruments. Now, what has happened is, this is called that for any creation to happen, it can't happen as it is. There must be a cause. Hopefully, we will appreciate that. Just look around. Any creation is called an effect, and any creation is an effect. For an effect to happen, there must be a cause. The basic understanding that all Vedantic students will have is every effect has a cause, carefully, and effect is nothing but cause modified. From the effect, cause is removed, nothing remains. Now here there are three causes. Upadana Karana, the material cause, the mud. Nimitta Karana, the potter. And the Sahakari Karana, the wheel. All these are necessary. So, the effect is the pot. The cause, the material cause is mud. There are other two causes also, the intelligent and the instrument cause. All the three of them will create. There is also one more definition. The effect is nothing but cause itself modified. Now look at that. The pot is the effect, and that is nothing but mud itself modified. Is it not? Think. If I am not logical, don't believe. So, if this basic definition we must understand. Effect, every effect has a cause. There cannot be any effect without a cause. So, what we have to see is, whenever we are seeing various effects, which we perceive through our senses, feel through our mind, think through the intellect, all these, not only the physical, all the three that we perceive, that word, that is the effect. Look at all the creations. Look at the creations. Look at the innumerable number of all these things. Not only the our own Earth, our own the moon are going around the Earth, the other planets around our Earth, the solar system, and the millions and trillions of solar systems. All of them we are seeing the effect. Okay, that cannot exist. I think all of us very, very strongly agree that this effect has to have a cause only. Similarly, the God's creation. God's creation, there are three basic definitions that we understand. Many times people say, okay, this whole world is created by God. Initially, we can understand, yes, the world is there. There must be this creation, the creator. A creation cannot happen without a creator. It is accepted. But how does that happen? Where is the material? Mud must be there for the pot. He says, oh, they say, God became the world. God became the world. Because God created out of what? Out of himself. The second cause is God is there, is created by God. And then we say, hey, where is the raw material? He himself. So it became God. Then we get the total confusion. How does God become the world? Becoming something is a change. You have all told God is God, that Atman Brahman is changeless and all that, no changes, no vikara is possible. How can he become? Then that is where the ultimate is there. God alone appears as word. Maddeva Satyam. Mud. Hey, now I want you to see in the part, okay? First you say mud create, mud became. But now going to a different theory. The part that you are seeing is nothing but mud only. It was mud, it is mud, it will be mud. What may come and go. So that way, this whole world, this is the cause. Whenever I am seeing the effect, I am seeing the mud in all the parts. Similarly, like mud. Don't say Seshadri came and told God is like mud. I am only trying to make you understand the root cause of all this, which is the cause for all the effects, is Brahman. Because there was nothing before the creation. All those things that we see here in this world, the root upadana karana is mud. That alone is mud eva satyam. So our concept is, that means whenever you see any creation, see the material cause is Brahman. Therefore, Brahma asti. Then we are going to talk about the other akaranas. Upadana, nimitta, sahakari karana. We can understand Upadana karana and nimitta karana. Nimitta karana, I have said here, is the material cause, is the Upadana karana. Nimitta is that intelligent cause, the potter. And Sahakari karana is the wheel. Upadana nimitta we have understood. There must be a raw material, which is himself. The intelligent God himself. Now what is that other one? The Sahakari karana. In Vedanta, we call Upakarana Karana or Sahakari Karana is Maya. Maya. I think all of you know. The Taittiriya Upanishad says, Tasmat Tasmat Etasmat Atmanaha Akashas Sambhutaha Akashat Vayuhu Vayor Agnihi Agner Apaha Adbhya Prithivi Prithivya Oshadayaha Oshadebhyo Annam Annat Purushaha Savayesha Purusho Nara Samayaha. Now it says, it is a quotation of Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, and we have no reason to dispute that. He says, it is from that only, that is from that, all these Akasha, the 5 elements, Akasha. It says that 5 elements, they have come because they are all modifications, because, but Brahman cannot become anything. Brahman, if it becomes, it is not. So Brahman identifying with the Maya is called the Karana Prapancha, the causal universe. If you understand the nature, Maya Sahita Brahman. Brahman is there. Brahman has Nirguna Nirakara, has got no gunas. But he married Maya, himself, his own lower nature. Maya has got Trigunatmaka. So the combination of Brahman with Maya is called Ishvara, Antaryami, It is called the Karana Prapancha. Carefully. Maya Sahita Brahma is the causal universe. That can change. Brahman cannot change. That Maya Sahita Brahma became Akasha. That itself, Akasha itself became Vayu. Vayu itself became Agni. That it became water. That it became earth. And then all the other things. Initially, what is called as Sukshma Prapancha is born. From the causal universe, subtle universe is born. After grassification, it becomes the grass universe. So the creation started with the Supreme Brahman, identifying with Maya, called the Karana Prapancha. That it became, causal universe became the subtle universe. That it becomes after grass universe. From the grass universe, all the grass bodies. From the subtle universe, all the subtle bodies. This Veshti Maya, Samashti Maya in Veshti is called Avidya. So these are the effects. Now, when we see this whole process, we are seeing the whole universe now. We are seeing when you see the whole universe, you must not restrict yourself to our earth, to our planetary system, our sun. Like that, millions and trillions of solar systems are there. All of them, look at them. We have the grass universe called the Virat, the subtle universe called the Hiranyagarbha, this causal universe called is Antaryami or Ishvara. Now, I have gone from cause to the effect. We'll go from effect to the cause. From the grass universe, which consists of all grass bodies, carefully, grass bodies together is called the grass universe. The cause for it is Sukshma Prapancha, the subtle universe. Cause for grass bodies is the subtle body. And cause for the subtle universe is Antaryami, Ishvara, Maya Sahita Brahma. And that cause for that is supreme. Because there you have used the two terms. That Supreme Brahman identifying with Maya. Like Lakshmi Narayana, Parvati Parameshwara, the combination. But this Maya also is Brahman, carefully. His own nature. Mama Maya, he says. So that means you go back. We'll start seeing the effect. From the effect, first you start from grass, that all of us perceive. The entire grass universe called Virat, which consists of all grass bodies called Vishwa. The cause for this is Sukshma Prapancha, Hiranyagarbha, which includes all Sukshma Shariras, Tejasa. And the cause for that is Antaryami in the grass, the Veshti Avidya. The moment you see the effect, carefully, go back to the same division. It is nothing but the cause only. That means, when you see this whole universe, I must see, like you see the pot, start seeing the mud. Like that, you start seeing there is only Brahman, Brahman, and Brahman. That is why they say this is what is the stages of creation of this universe. He says first Akamayata, the Supreme Brahman, Maya says the Brahman desired, and Tapaha, Tapyata, the Maya says the Brahma visualized, and then Idagam Sarvam Visudhata. So the entire implementation. So the rule is, if you think the grass and the subtle world of grass and subtle bodies are existent, then Brahman is. That is the number definition. We'll take one more, third reason. Basically, this is very interesting. We are talking of creation, Srishti. In fact, there is no Srishti at all. There is no Srishti at all. It is just a question of, this may look a little peculiar, but the fact is that there is nothing like Srishti or Pralaya at all. There is no creation, there is no destruction. Means what? It is something like creation. All manifest is called Vyakta. Unmanifestation is Avyakta. Now, let us understand and go to, suppose all of you, I hope you are all awake. And now suppose it is boring, you close your eyes and start dreaming carefully. When you start dreaming, you yourself create your own dream world and you enter. And you experience as though it is permanent. Is it not? It is my own creation. Now, you will have a different world. Maybe suddenly you will become much richer than Ambani and much higher power than the American and the Indian Prime Minister, American President. Everything may happen. All those things may happen. In about 5 or 10 minutes of dream, you will have experienced years and years. Time scale is different. Time is something, if you go on contemplating, and time looks very peculiar. Now, you have created, and then you entered and started experiencing your own created dream world with your dream body. Suppose the things are even more conducive, and you get deep sleep, sound sleep, sleep for you, sound for others. When you are in that stage, nothing is there. Your own body is there, and your own dear wife or husband, your spouse, your children, and that palatial house or a poor house, is not there. Is not there, is not there. House, car, vehicle, aeroplane, helicopter, none. Nothing is there. Had they gone missing? Suppose you wake up. When you wake up, what will happen? You'll see. You'll fortunately, unfortunately see the same spouse, the same house, the same vehicle. What had happened? When you slept, this is different from dream. When you slept, all these things and people, they had not gone. There was no missing. It had become unmanifest. And then, when you wake up, it has become manifest. Creation is nothing but from unmanifest to manifest. Pralaya is from manifest to unmanifest. This is happening continuously, my dear friends. Repeated. Now, when you wake up, you get back with the same people and same mind also. Fortunately, God is very good. This happens in Pralaya also. In Pralaya, the entire universe, carefully, the entire universe with all things and beings, they don't go anywhere. They become unmanifest, Pralaya, and Brahman's one night, and it is some 4 lakh years or so, one day, and then he wakes up. Another, so now Brahman is awake now, maybe a few 4 lakh years. Then we must thank, there in that Pralaya, the process, your sadhana is not possible. It's something like that. When you are in sleep, you are there, but you can't do any sadhana. If you are an ajnani when you are sleeping, you wake up as an ajnani. You don't sleep as an engineer and wake up as a doctor. No, it is not possible. But if on this process you really wake up to your own state, then you have realization that Aham Brahmasmi. Then there is no rebirth for you. But fortunately, suppose you are not a realized soul, carefully, and there is pralaya, all of us are there. And we have to be suffering because I have not realized. But there is an opportunity. When the Srishti happens, all of us will come back with the same balance that we had when Pralaya was there. And fortunately, we are getting that so that we can do sadhana. So we must thank God. He has given us an opportunity. We are not in a permanent hell. So all this creation, Avyakta and Vyakta is his play. And for this is called Srishti and Pralaya. And this, because it is there, we understand there is Brahman. Now, next, very, very important. This is what all of us we want. Brahmahasti rasaha iti prasiddhatva. Prasiddhavat. Number one, whatever you are doing, ultimately, what are you all doing it for? For you to become happiness. All. I just wanted to show you what I had earlier told. Yes. I was talking to a student, a person who was going to a college. I asked her, where are you going? She said, I am going to the college. I asked her, why are you going to the college? She said, what? I am going there. So there are various reasons why people go to the college, students. She said, I want to study. I asked her, why all this? Why do you want to study? She said, no, unfortunately, there is one exam. I have to pass an exam. Otherwise, I wouldn't have studied. No exams means nobody will study. Anyway, small people only. I want to pass an exam. Why do you want? Why are you going college? Why are you going? Why you pass an exam? I have to get a certificate, a degree, a diploma. I asked her, why do you want this certificate? He said, no, I want this certificate because I want to get a good job. Why do you want a good job? We'll give you a lot of job. No, I want that job so that I get a lot of money. I asked her, why do you want money? Why money? I want to buy things. Possess a house, car, and all other luxuries I would like to have. I said, why do you want a house, car, and so many other things? He said, ultimately, he said, hey, so that I am going to become happy. My dear friends, all people are doing all this with the ultimate purpose of becoming happy. Everybody is doing all that is necessary only to become happy. Now, the question is, are all people happy? Now, what makes people happy? Everyone in this universe is not necessarily a student. Some people want more and more money, bigger house. They said it is for happiness. Some people say, I want to get married so that I become happy. Some people, they say, no, I want to get divorced because I want to be happy. Careful. All people are doing all things in this world to be happy. But think. I think all of us are very, very clear. People are in a mad rush of things. All these material things, the house, the car, the other equipment, all those things that you have, does not give happiness. If a house gives you happiness, one bedroom house, so much of happiness. 2-bedroom house, double happiness. 3-bedroom, it is not happening. If you are having about 50,000 per month income, if you have 1 lakh, the happiness should be double. 3 lakhs should be much more. It is not happening. If you got the entry model car, so much of happiness. Bigger car, more happiness. BMW, Benz, or Range Rover should have given you more. It does not. But all of us think the happiness is not. But all of us want happiness. But all of us think, this is number one, the happiness is there outside. But don't we see people stinkingly rich and suffering wealth? I'm using the word suffering wealth. With all higher position also. Then a corporator, MLB should be happier than an MLA. Minister should be happy. Chief Minister should be happier. The Prime Minister should be very, very happy. Then the entry-level worker in an organization, the managing director should be very, very happy. It is not dependent on money. It is not in power. It is not in position, status. Then where is that happiness? That happiness is inside. But there are two types of happiness. One is called Koshananda. Koshananda, one which we get out of things outside, dependent on materials. And some people also have, I said, happiness because of the house, happiness because of the spouse. There are people who have got very, very divine type of husband or wife. They're something miserable. There are some people who have got a torturous Rakshasa or Rakshasi type spouse. Still we find them peaceful. It does not depend on anybody or anything. It is a source inside. But that is why there are two types. It's called Koshananda, is again in the Taittiriya Upanishad. The Koshananda is impermanent, it is limited, it is dependent on things, and it can be experienced by our own senses, or the mind, or the intellect, all the three. Experienced by the mind, intellect, the senses, experience. This is Koshananda. But there is higher Ananda, permanent Ananda. The moment you get a gist, taste of it, it will, once you get it, it will never go. It is unlimited. Like the Koshananda, if it's like a candle light, this Atmananda is like a Koti Surya. Come, check. I want you to compare the highest Koshananda, even if you are richer than Ambani's. I'm talking of. And you have got, suppose, healthy body. It's called Manushya Ananda in Taittiriya Upanishad. Much richer than Andanis, Abanis, and Birlas and Narayanmurtis together. You have got so much of wealth. And you have got a fit and healthy body. And that Ananda that you get is like a candle. But Ananda we are talking is number one, unlimited. Whereas that Koshananda, it will come and go. Yes, things will come and go. Money will come and go. Power will come and go. Things will come and go. It will go. But here it is permanent Atmananda. Koshananda is dependent on things. Here it is independent. But why do we say it cannot be experienced? Because this Atmananda is not perceivable by my senses, cannot be felt by mind, cannot be thought by my intellect, but it is my own experience. That's what we want. In fact, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, I am coming to this point, says this happiness that all of us are searching for happiness, carefully. And Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, this search for happiness is an unconscious search for your own true self. And the moment you get it, you become happy. In fact, becoming happy is wrong. You realize you are happy. In fact, it is wrong to say you become happy. You are always a one. Carefully, carefully. You don't need to become happy. You are happy only. This searching for happiness, I want happiness, I want, and you're going here and there. But in reality, what are you searching for? You are searching for your own true self. The moment you realize, I am not the Upadis, I am the Atman. And the Atman, Jivatma, Paramatma, there is no difference. This identity will make you realize you are happy. Yes. Now, tell me, I'll give you one more. There, um, when you become happy, all of you have experienced, you are right now, all of you are in the waking state. And next is dream. Suppose you are in deep sleep stage, okay? Think. At that moment, you are very, very happy. Think, deep sleep. And why are you happy? Is it because of the house? No. It is not because of anything. You are in that state where there is no more identity with your sthula and the sukshma sharira. Right now, all the three bodies are functioning, right? If all those who are awake now, your gross body, your subtle body, your causal body is functioning. When you are in dream, your gross body is non-existent. Your sthula and the sukshma, the subtle and causal work is working. When you are in deep sleep, your identity is with your causal body. There is no problem of, there is no existence of your gross body and the subtle body. And that there is no problems connected with gross body also, even though there are problems are there, you are unaware, you are very happy. And that happiness that you get in deep sleep is same for a person, a poor person, who is very hungry, starving. He hasn't had food for days, and he is on a stone bench or on a stone drain in Krishna Kalaspalya market. And that happiness is the same as the person who gets in 1,500 crore mansion with the best comforts. That has nothing to do with the all. And that is our nature. And that is the nature of my own self. That is called Brahman. Right now, we must realize I am the Stula Sukshma Karana Shariras Vediriktaha Panchakoshat Atitaha. I am the Sakshi of the Avastatya, the waking dream and the deep sleep stage. I am Satchidananda Brahman. And then you get this. So look at that. Brahman is the source of Ananda. Brahma is only Ananda. There is no other. All of us want, carefully, all of us want Brahman, Ananda means all of us want to realize Brahman. Because what is that which makes you, because we have had a taste every day in the night, in the deep sleep, the taste of Ananda, which is independent of the things and people outside you had, that is Brahman. So this desire for happiness, bliss, it's called Satchidananda. And that is Brahman. So, the desire to be happy and being happy is the proof that Brahman is. God is. Next. Now, one now. What is happening here? Brahma asti atejana sharira chesta darshana. Right now, this body, this mouth is talking. And those of you who are awake, you are listening. What is making this mouth to talk? What is making your ears through which you can listen? And what is that through which you are able to feel good and think intellect? My body, my mind, my intellect is functioning. When that life spark is gone, then this is manure. Body will be burnt or buried. There is no. So this body is functioning carefully because this achetana sharira is functioning because of that principle called chetana. Think, think, think. Otherwise it is inert. How is it inert? How is it active? I am moving my hand. What is making, think. What is making my hand to move? That power. What is that making my feet to move? That power. What is it making me think and feel? It is that. This inert matter, achetana sharira, is functioning because of one power which is existent. That is Brahman. And not only this, what about all others? Earth, water, fire, air, sun, all of them are functioning. They say, there's a portion in Brahmananda Valli of Taittiriya Upanishad. He says, Vishasmat Vata Pavate, Vishodeti Suryaha, Vishatmat Agnischendrasya, Mrityurdhavati Panchamaiti. The wind is blowing. Yes. The sun is rising. The sunrise, sunset, but in reality it is because of the movement of the earth, we feel sun is rising, sun is setting. Anyway, sun is rising. The fire is working, and Indra and Yama is doing your job. All that is functioning because of one power. Look at the nature. Look at yourself. Look at the nature. All the functioning in the individual they are doing. Just go and see. In fact, you don't need any deep meditation than looking into your body, look into all parts of the body from the foot and all that. Look at what they are working. Look at how your stomach is digesting, the liver, the kidney, how is your lungs functioning, your heart functioning. Look at all of them. Hey, what is that which is making into this achetana? The moment that life spark is gone, heart stops. No, everything will stop. That power which is making it function, because of the Chetana Shakti which is making this Achetana function, that power is there. I don't think we need any other proof. And outside you go, look at the blowing of the, all these are functioning. The wind is blowing. There are only few examples. The sun, they say, we say, Vayu is Brahman. Vayu is Brahman. Sun is Brahman. Fire is Brahman. There are various mantras we say. And Yama also is Brahman. All of them is nothing but, I am talking of both the Veshti and the Samashti. They are all functioning, and the power which makes all these things function. So there is that power which is making my body and the world function. So Brahman is. That gives sentiency to the inert body and which makes all the world function. It is happening. So what other proof you want? Other than still you got any doubt? Look at your body. Look at the whole world. We must have the vision of seeing that Brahman, that is all. That power which is making all this. That Brahman is the source. That is the cause. It is the root, the support, and is also called Ayatanam in Mantra Pushpam. But those who know this Ayatanam Bhavati, careful, Mantra Pushpam. Ayatanam Veda, Ayatanavan Bhavati. All these are functioning. They are all functioning because of that support. Ayatanam. The moment you go on contemplating, you become that. That means the Brahmavid, Brahmaeva Bhavati. And now the last one is what is called as Bhaya, Abhaya, Hetatvad. Hetu means cause. Cheta Chatana, we know. What is this Bhaya and Abhaya? Now, in fact, I have told our people there is no other greater technique in this world, no other management technique which gives you so much of all practical and spiritual, everything is in. The outer sciences may only help you to get some little more higher production, but our Vedas and Upanishads, they are so deep, there is nothing which is not there. That is why they say in Bhagavad Gita, which is the Sara of the Upanishads, that has got all your problems mentioned one place or the other. It is all of us have got what is called as an Arjuna disease, and there is Krishna treatment. It is an essence of all Upanishads, and the things are given. Now, this is a case where our Upanishads give the analysis of fear. There is no other greater management technique than fear identity. Find out what are the symptoms of fear. You yourself sit down and find out because of fear what has been happening to you, whatever, lay in a list. And then, okay, this is happening to me, I am inefficient, I am failure, I am miserable, whatever, lay in list. I am sick, so many things. Then find out, hey, what is the cause for this fear? And find out the solution and implement it. Now, you know, the management techniques, the Maslow's theory of motivation, basically the first thing is you have what is called as the basic needs, food, clothing, shelter, etc. Then after that, you have got what is called as the security needs. You want security. That is also there. Security needs is fear. Fear. And then ultimately you will go to Maslow's theory of motivation, self-actuation. Our Upanishads, they are telling like that. So after the basic needs, we are going to the second needs, security needs. Why there is fear? Whether you believe in a form God and a God which has got no form, there are two things, yoga and the kshema. You want some things which you think will secure you. Yep, I am not saying that is all. Some things which you think which is required for your security is there. You want to acquire them. It's called yoga. After acquisition, you have to protect. Kshema. And believe me, we are all suffering because we are not giving it to him. He is repeatedly telling us, Yoga Kshemam Vahami. Why do you bother? Even if you, even temporarily I'm taking you away from even if you believe in a God of a particular form and have absolute total faith, don't have any doubt. I do not know whether I am going to this, I am doing this, whether he is going to give me or not. You don't have faith in God, then you will have fear. Faith and fear are opposite. When you have no faith, maximum fear. When you go on increasing the faith, fear starts coming down. We are somewhere here. When you have absolute total faith, he takes care of the yoga and the kshema. You have no fear. So one abhaya is that, leave it to him. Absolute total faith in one supreme power. Absolute total faith, you will have no fear. And the second is always, number one, have a faith, whether you have a personal God or ultimately there is only one Brahman that will come to next, that you will have no fear. Now another, if you analyze, there is fear when there are two or more. Two or more. When there is only one, there is no fear. Even fear also, I have repeatedly said, some people wrongly use the term God-fearing. He's a God-fearing person. He's a God-fearing. No. God is not to be afraid of. Have absolute total faith in him. That's Supreme Brahman. And only when there is a Udaram, Antaram, Kurite says Taittiriya Upanishad. If you think there is a small difference between you and that Jivatma, Paramatma, if you think they are totally different, maximum fear. Slowly you reduce and you go from Dvaita to slowly Vishishtadvaita, you come closer. But ultimately, when you remove that even small gap, when there is a total merger, there is only one, there is no fear. We have the Jiva and the Jagat. When there is only one, there is no fear. Absolutely. In fact, they say, in the olden days, when in villages, when you did not have light, you didn't have light, Amavasya night, you are going alone. When you are going alone, suddenly devil, Bhuta, Deva will come and you are scared. There it is said, at that moment, you chant Gayatri. Om Tat Savituvarenyam Bhakto Devasya Dhimhi Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayate. When there in that seat of contemplation, when you see there is no difference, Tat Savituvarenyam, Tat this, Tat Tvam. I am not the body, mind, intellect, I am the Atman. And this Tvam. And that is different. When there is that identity, where is devil? There is only Brahman, 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 Brahman everywhere. That is why they say, these are all the various practices which makes you get rid of the fear. In the house, two people are there, each is afraid of the other. Office, fear between these. Everywhere the fight is because of Dvaita. When you see through the person, Brahman, then you will see only Brahman, Brahman, Brahman everywhere. Not only this, Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara is only one. They appear different, Jiva. Like the way you have the ocean is there, waves are there. Waves small. And ocean is huge. From that point, wave is different, ocean is different. But slowly you will understand. Wave is a part of ocean. It has come from ocean, remained in motion, but goes back into ocean. Carefully. Then slowly you go deeper and you will find the essence of wave is water. The essence of ocean is water. Small, medium, big, it doesn't matter. In reality, water eva satyam. That alone is Brahman. Like that, when we are able to experience Jivatma, Paramatma, the same Supreme Brahman, reflecting in Vyashti is called the Jivatma. The same Supreme Brahman getting reflected in the macro is called the Paramatma. The media different. But in reality, everything is Brahman. The moment you get that, where is fear, my dear friends? You become absolutely happy and you have no fear. What else? And you are not, there are people, I want all of you to be fearless. If that fear is bhaya, if you are ignorant of Brahman, there is fear. If you have experience of Brahman, no. Just because you have not experienced, don't say it is not there. That the source of fear, the source of fearlessness is Brahman. Because you see people having fear, people are fearless, the cause is Brahman. Is there, was there, will be there. If you believe, fearless. If you don't believe, fear. So this existence or non-existence is nature. It is existent. If you believe, no fear. If you don't believe, maximum fear. If you believe Brahma, I am Brahmasti, happiness. So we have seen number of reasons. I think all these reasons, the cause for fear and fearless, existence of God. Cause of happiness, Brahma. All the creations. So we have seen, I think, not that we need all the seven, but any one of them is there. Any one of them is sufficient for us to realize Brahman. It is not that I am going to become Brahman. I am Brahman. I have to only, I am a source of bliss. I am a fearless person. All that is possible only when I realize Aham Brahma Asmi. All right. Thank you very much. Because we thought we should give you certain time, as our here was one said, some scope for discussion. So thank you very much for patiently hearing. Thanks, Swami, also for having given the opportunity. Think aloud. Hopefully, if not anything, all of you are already convinced before. Now we are reconvinced that there is God. Brahma asti va na va was our question. If people ask you, some people who are not in this field, they will have this doubt. But please make them understand. Please make them understand this God is not restricted to an idol, to a temple, or to a particular place. There is only one supreme Brahman. Call it as God, which is everywhere. And that is because of these seven reasons. Thank you very much. Thank you also. Hari Om.